15 minutes, so let's try to get this done. I should be able to get it done before 15 minutes. All right, here we go. Three-dimensional figures. What did we talk about yesterday? What are some of the names of the things we talked about? Okay, sphere was one of them. Just off the top of your head, without looking, what are some of the others? Cylinder. Okay, yeah, we talked about oblique. What did it mean for something to be oblique? It's slanted, right? Okay. What's another thing? Yeah, we kind of talked about rectangles, but that wasn't like the new thing we talked about. I got sphere right there. Cone is another one. Good. Pyramid. Okay. Just doing real general stuff right now. There's one more. What was it? Prism. Right. I think that was it. Okay, so I think that's it. We talked about yesterday. So what we're going to do today, is talk about, and most of those words, I'll put it back up there, most of these words you probably heard before, if not all of them. Would you agree with that? Yeah, you probably heard of these words. You might not have known exactly what they were, but you know what a pyramid is, right? Go to Egypt, you see these big old structures, okay? Pyramids, prisms, cone, ice cream cone, right? Cylinder, you know what that is. A sphere, you've probably heard of that before. You've heard all those words. The words we're going to do today, you probably have not heard of before, okay? So I would wake up if I were you. I would take some notes. Now, it's going to be very difficult to draw these things, but at the very least, okay, write down some of the things I tell you. All right, so here we go. Here's what it's called. The things we talked about, I'll just say it. Okay, these are called poly. You've heard that word before, right? Polygons. But this is a polyhedron. Polyhedron is how I would say it. Okay, polyhedron. So we're going to learn what that is. So basically, I've got them right here in this folder. Let's bring this one out. Okay, and I'll make it, it is fancy technology. This looks like something that we talked about yesterday, but it's the only one that looks like something that we talked about yesterday. So you could name it two different things, right? But when you talk about a polyhedron is a closed surface made up of polygonal regions. What in the world does that mean? It means all the things that make up this three-dimensional object are all polygons. All right, look at this thing right here. They're made up of polygons. What kind of polygons make up this thing? Triangles, right? How many triangles are there in this thing? It looks like 3, doesn't it? Why is it 4? Where's the 4th? It's behind it, right? It's the one you can't see. Remember, these are three-dimensional. It's really difficult to draw three-dimensional things on a two-dimensional surface. So you have to use your imagination just a little bit on these. Right? So if you were able to take this, if I could make it three-dimensional and I could like move it around, there are programs that do that kind of stuff. I don't have that right now, right? But if you moved it around, you got 1, 2, 3, and then where? On the back, you have the 4th one. Everybody see that? Now, that's what a polyhedron is, okay? It's a closed surface made up of a bunch of polygons. Everybody got that? All right, so this is considered a polyhedron. Right? This has 4 faces. We call all the sides of it, right? All the polygons, we call it a face of the polyhedron. And you have other things too. You got a vertex right here, right here, right here, and right here. It's where they all come to a point. Okay, you got those where the two surfaces come together. They form a line segment. We call that line segment an edge. Can you read that? It's kind of light, but that's an edge. All right. So you got right here. So how many faces? There's 4 of them. All I'm going to do on the quiz is what? I talked about this a lot yesterday. I'm just going to give you what on the quiz? Now, I'm not going to give you the name. I'm going to give you a picture of the shape. That's right. I'm going to put a picture on there, okay, on the quiz and on a test, and you just have to tell me the what? The name of it. That's all you have to do, all right? You don't have to say anything about the vertices. You don't have to say anything about the edges. You don't have to find any angles or anything like that. You don't have to do any math. All right, all you got to do is know the names of it. So when you do hedrons, right, when you do these polyhedrons, it always ends in this word hedron. I don't even know what it means. I should have looked it up. I'm sure it means something, okay? I don't even know what it means, but you can look it up. But what we're concerned about are the prefixes, because everything ends in hedron on these, all right? So that's not the hard part. It's the prefix. It's the thing before the hedron, all right? This one is tetra. Tetra is another word that also means four. We used a word for four earlier when we talked about polygons. What did we use? A four-sided figure. It's a quadrilateral. Very good. So quad means four, but for some reason with these polyhedrons, they don't call it a quadrahedron. Okay, they call it a what? Tetrahedron. So with that in mind, you kind of know now what a polyhedron is. I'm going to show you some more examples in a few minutes, but let's write this down first. So what I'm going to do is I want to name some of the polyhedrons by their faces. And what does it mean to be a face? It's basically the sides, right? Each side is a polygon, so that's what the face is. So I've got a certain number of faces. I'll put faces. And then I got the name of the polyhedron, specific name of the polyhedron. So what's the first one we did? How many sides did that thing that you saw earlier have? It's got four. So we call that a what? Tetra. All right? Yeah. So it's the prefixes are what's important because everything ends in what? Hedron. All right? Everything that we do on these ends in hedron. So all you got to do is know the prefixes. And we've learned a lot of these prefixes earlier when we did polygons. All right? So this really shouldn't be all that difficult. There's a couple at the end are a little weird, but all the ones in between should be pretty easy. So 5. What is the prefix for 5? Big building in Washington. Penta. Right, pentagon. But this is not a pentagon. What is it? It's a pentahedron. Okay? Penta is the key here. All right, pentahedron. Penta and 5 go together. What was the prefix for 6? Hexa. That's right. So it's a hexa, not a hexagon, but a hexahedron. These are three-dimensional objects. It means it has 6 faces. All right? So I could count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? What about 7? What's that? Yeah, that's one you don't use too often, but it's hepta. All right, number 8, or not number 8, but 8 faces. Yeah, everybody should know that one. Octahedron. Again, I'm going to show you some pictures of a few of these, not every single one of them, just to kind of show you what they look like. They're very difficult to draw. All right, so I would not expect you to draw them. I can't draw them, so that's why I got them off the internet. All right, so put them up there. 9. You remember what 9 was? It's kind of a weird one. It's nonahedron. Nona. N-O-N-A, and then hedron. It's kind of like 9, isn't it? Except it doesn't have the I right there. 10 you should know. What's the prefix for 10? Deca, right. Decade, right? 10 years. So deca what? Hedron. Good. Like I said, every single one of these ends in hedron, whatever that means. You can look it up. That's all I would do. They skip 11, and they do 12. Do you remember what that one was? It's do, and then it's 10. Deca. Dodeca. All right, that's 12. All right, dodecahedron. And then they skip all the way to 20. They don't have any special names for 13 and 19. They skip to 20. This is a kind of a weird one. I probably would have not known this prefix. I don't think I ever heard of this prefix before until I started doing these things. And it's icosa. All right, it's icosa. That's the prefix for 20. Icosa what? Hedron. Very good. So those are some words that you probably need to know. But what am I going to do on a quiz or a test? I'm not going to say, I don't think I do this. I could. I don't know. Maybe I will. What's a polyhedron called with 8 faces? What would you say? Octahedron. Okay? But most likely, I'll just give you a picture of a polyhedron with 8 faces, and you have to know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's a what? Octahedron. All right? Everybody with me? All right, I only got less than 5 minutes, so let's just show you a couple examples of some of these. Let's do this one. All right, check that one out. So how many sides, or how many faces does this have? It's got 8. It's got 1, 2, but then you remember there's a back side to it, 3, 4, and then right here, 5, 6, and then on the back, 7, 8. So this is a what? Yeah, we just said it. This would be an octahedron. Don't pack up. Hey, why are we packing up? No packing up. No packing up. Everybody look up here. All right, oops. Let's do a couple more just to show you what they could look like. Let's do this one. Oh, come on, I thought I grabbed it. There. Did I grab it? Let's try it this way. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's got the name on there. Let's make it a little smaller so I can see it. Yeah, let's count them up. Okay, now it gives the name. I'm not going to give you the name, obviously, on a quiz or test. You're going to have to tell me the name. Let's count them. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but you got the other side. So how many are on the other side? There's 6 on the other side, so there's 12. 12 is what? Dodeca. Let's look at one more, and then I'll let you pack up. Let you. You guys are doing it anyway, even though I told you not to. Let's do this one. And let's shrink it. All right, let's do this one. All you got to do is count. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many altogether? There's 20 what? Faces, which makes it icosa. All right, there's the prefix. Icosa, what? Hedron. No, 20 is icosa. 20 is deca. Or, I'm sorry, 10 is decahedron. All right, 12 is dodeca. All the rest are pretty easy to remember, aren't they? If you know your prefixes. Okay, you do have a homework. It's on the lesson plans. I am. So it's section 1.7 is your homework. And it's, I don't have it in front of me. Let me see. It's 1 to 32. Now, it looks like a lot, but there's very little or no math. Why is everybody walking around? I did not say you could walk around. Let's have a seat. Let's everybody get in their seats. The bell did not ring. Okay? I did not tell you could stand up. Taj, have a seat. Okay, you can ask back there, but have a seat. Sit right here. Just sit right here. Just sit right here until the bell rings. Deshaun, have a seat. I asked everybody to sit down, and you're standing. There you go. So this is your homework right here. Okay, it's pages 42 and 43. Now look, you got 2 extra days. You got a 4-day weekend. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 42 and 43. So you got plenty of time to get this done. This is going to be due when you come back on Wednesday. All right, so this is your homework. You do have homework. It's on the lesson plan. It's on this. It's on RenWeb. I'm telling you. So make sure you have that done for tomorrow or for Wednesday.